Hey y'all. All right. This is it. This is my last review of The Summer I Turned Pretty. It's come to an end, unfortunately. And you all have been with me through every episode of this season. And if you actually have been with me, I appreciate you. I really do from the bottom of my little heart. So, episode 11, the series finale of season 3, The Summer I Turned Pretty. Alright, so here's the description. Although all of you who read the books and have done your research probably know what's going on, and if you already watched the episode, you probably already know what went down. I'm a day late only because, well, first of all, I've been sick and I've been trying to sleep it off during the day that I'm off, since I still have to go to work. So I've been also trying to avoid watching it, because that's it. All I can do is rewatch the show, you know? That's all I can do. And although I did hear there's a rumor floating around through the grapevine that there's going to be a movie. And so you already know I'm going to review that movie, honey, when it comes out. Anyways, here's a description. All roads lead to Paris in this epic, show-stopping series finale. Our summer girl Belly's 22nd birthday takes an unexpected turn. When someone from home crashes the celebration, we all know who that finna be, girl. And she must confront the life she thought she left behind. Girl, now you know you ain't leave nothing behind, honey. You didn't leave. Listen, you left Jeremiah little crazy self behind, and your friends and family, sure, but Taylor was just there. She spent New Year's with you, honey. So you good. You didn't really leave much. But we all know what they talking about. So, I'm finna light this pre-roll. We finna get into it. And we will see what goes down on this episode, honey. Here we go. All right, so they're just having like this amazing time in Paris, and yeah, him showing up there was wild. I mean, we knew what was gonna happen, but like, I've been so excited for like this whole week because I just knew. Anyway, so Belly has this new little haircut. She looking all grown and sexy. And so, is that Benito? I just, it looked like him, but I thought he was in Mexico. Oh, wait. No, they've done another time skip. It's now been 5 to 6 months later than the last episode. I think, right? I don't know. Um anyways, Belly's birthday is tomorrow. And so Conrad tells her, well, my meeting's tomorrow and I'm just going to catch a train later. Um, but I don't have to leave until later, Anyways, so Belly says, well, I'll be your tour guide. And so now they're seeing all the sights, and that clip was just from them seeing that fountain there. And he really can't keep his eyes off of her, and you know his facial expressions, you can just tell like when he's really like deeply thinking about something, or like when he wants to say something but he just like can't find the words to like come out and say what he wants to say. And I think that's what's going on here. So now they're walking and a talking, and so we'll see what he says to her, if he finally like lets her know like what's going on, why he's even there to see her. And on another note, we head to Jeremiah and Denise's apartment, and so Jeremiah says that he's been staying there 6 months, right? But like on the last episode, he had only been there for like a month or something like that. So that's why I thought there was like a little time gap. I don't know. But anyway, so uh Jeremiah is looking into a career as a chef. So I'm glad he's finally like doing something with himself, instead of sitting around and sulking and just, doing whatever he want to do. Denise and Steven have both been, I guess they got like a promotion, right, or something. And cuz she said it's more pay involved, but they have to move to San Francisco. So she's moving in a month. Jeremiah's really happy for her, and then he brings up the fact like, "Hey, does Taylor know about this?" And she's like, "No, so don't say anything today, cuz he still has to tell her. He just didn't want to do it today, I guess." So cuz they're going to some big party, I guess, or dinner, something like that. Um anyway, so Taylor walks in on this conversation, of course. Of course. Um, so she's like, "I'm gonna kill him." And she starts freaking out because something, I couldn't even understand her. She was so angry, honey. Something is leaking the sink, a sink at the for the event. I couldn't hear her, but she was upset. And so she storms out, and now she's probably going to go confront Steven about what she just heard. So, let's see what happens, y'all.
What did our moms call you? They called you a feral alley cat.
Don't think that was intended to be a compliment.
There was. You've always been scrappy. You've never been one to back down from the challenge. You are competitive, especially when it comes to competing with yourself. Come on. Harry's never stood a chance.
Okay, so Taylor and Jeremiah and all of them are Denise and Steven. They are getting ready for this party, this dinner. And so Taylor somewhat like very passive aggressively confronts Steven about the move by suggesting things to do with the apartment that would take quite a while. She said something about getting a cat and painting the living room, and so you do those things when you finna stay somewhere a long time. Well, so he's just agreeing with her, because he doesn't think she's being weird or anything. But yeah, so he's just agreeing with her, like knowing that he hasn't talked to her about the move to San Francisco. And so she's all like, she gets real mad and says something crazy, and then walks off and finds out that she lost her whole wait staff. So it's just a disaster. Um, so we go back to Paris. And so Belly comes out in this real sexy little black dress for her birthday dinner that her friends are throwing her. And she had invited Conrad after that little last, or during that last clip. Um, she invited him to the dinner that night. And so they show up, and everyone, first of all, let me just say I love the messiness of her Paris friends. Oh my god, that whole scene was hilarious. I love them. It was so funny. Like I was laughing the whole time. So they meet Conrad, and they just start talking amongst themselves like in French. You know, one of the girls cracks me up because she's like, "Oh my god, this one's hot. If this one's this hot, how did the other one look?" And I was, it's just so funny. And this whole time, like they're just saying stuff about him in French, and it's too funny. Anyways, so then they get to the dinner, and we find out that Belly dumped Benito 6 weeks ago. So it was a little time gap. I was right. Um, 6 weeks ago when he asked her to come visit his grandmother in Mexico. And so basically, you know, she shot him down is what he says. And after she rejects his offer, then you know, she goes to get a haircut. And so anyways, um so that him and Conrad are kind of taking little jabs at each other, and it's a little intense, but it was very entertaining to see. So now we're here at back at the dinner party with Taylor and Jeremiah. So let's see what happens next.
Do you memorize every little thing I've ever said?
Yes.
So pretty intense moment there. It's just it's getting real spicy between them, and so after that scene, then they cut to now they're all sitting down, kind of this lounge looking area, and so her and Conrad are talking on the couch, and um it's getting a little deep, and so basically he pulls out this little tube of sand from Cousins. And so, because earlier in the dinner he said, I just wanted to bring a piece of Cousins um, to her on her birthday. And so he gives her this tube, says it always reminds him of everything back home. And so that since she's going to be away for a while, that she should have it. And so it's just this very sweet gesture. And then they come out with the birthday cake. They sing happy birthday in French. Um, and then we have another tying in moment where she's about to blow out the candles, and so you know she's making a wish, but she had always said that on all of her birthdays she had wished for Conrad, you know, like whatever. And so but he was there right in front of her face. So but it would seem as though that's what her wish was, you know what I mean. So that was real cute. And then we go back to the dinner party that Taylor is throwing, and so Jeremiah is trying to cook, and he's just like doing all these things at one time, looking real hectic up there in the kitchen. He has Steven stirring this pot for him, whatever's in there. And Taylor shows up. She's been ignoring Steven's phone calls, so then they get into it because she's basically upset that he's made this decision, or she feels like he's made this decision without consulting her, without asking her to move with him out there. And so they get into this argument. The smoke detector goes off, and so he tells them to get out of the kitchen. They go out and talk it out. back there. And so basically he's like, I just didn't want you to give up nothing for me, you know, by moving out there. Like, again, like, you already moved to Boston with me. And, you know, so she's all like, but I want to be with you. Like, I want to come. Like, you should have just talked to me about it. And so they work things out. And so I guess she's moving to San Francisco with him, coming up here soon. So I'm guessing this dinner party's about to start, and we'll also see what comes about with Belly and Conrad. Oh, I was waiting on it. I was waiting on it. They have had a little bit of chemistry since the beginning of this episode. And, you know, a little bit last episode, too. I seen them kind of, you know, get a little close and whatnot. And as cool as Denise tried to seem, she felt it. She felt it. And, you know, she throws in that little, oh, you're a 10. You know you're gorgeous. You're like a model. So he's over here like, okay, so she did feel it too. I seen it. I seen it coming, honey. Mm-hmm. So I think also they go back to Paris for a bit, and Conrad and Belly are having a little uh midnight moonlit walk down in Paris. And so it's officially her birthday. It's like 1:30 in the morning. And sounds like Conrad's getting ready to tell her how he feels. Um, he starts off saying something about, you know, herself, like punishing herself and kind of exiling herself to Paris, you know, kind of seclude herself off from everybody else, kind of as like an internal punishment because of everything that had happened. So she kind of blames herself for everything. And so then after that conversation, he is seeming like he's about ready to tell her his true feelings about her, also letting her know that Jeremiah knows that he's there, you know, so that they've kind of worked it out. So she kind of stops him and says, here, I got one more place I want to show you. Let's go. And so we'll see what else happens here. Okay, so we finally got a little hot and steamy there. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Like, you know, when I started this journey out, very strong team Jeremiah. Um, but you know, they've grown. They've all grown as people. So, you know, I am all for it. All for it. What everyone is doing, whoever's hooking up, everything's great. I agree. I agree. And so they have this great passionate moment. And then I'm kind of caught off guard because she gets up to go pee, and is kind of acting strange, like kind of very like, are you finna go? Like, don't you have to get to your meeting? You know, it's like she's trying to tell him like, get out now, all right. Like that was fun, get out. That's like the vibes it was giving. And so he's over here like, did I do something wrong? And I don't know. So she's trying to explain, and it's just not what it is. And so he's trying to like let her know. And anyways, she basically kicks him out, you know, without even saying it. She's kind of like, no, like This ain't that. So he leaves all heartbroken to catch that 5 a.m. train. Then she sits there and contemplates, and then puts on some clothes and runs all the way to the train station. Oh no, she found a cab in between. But she starts running through the street. Then she gets a cab. Then she gets to the train station, and then she's running through the train station. So she gets on the train that he's supposed to be on. She's running through the seats trying to find him, right? And then we get
Conrad, I choose you of my own free will. If there are infinite worlds, every version of me chooses you in every one of them.
I'm so happy for them. I really am. I really am. You know, throughout this whole thing, they were meant to end up together. They really were. The whole Jeremiah stuff, as good and as steamy and whatever that may have been, you know, they were so young. They were so young when it happened. So it only makes sense that, you know, they just outgrew the relationship and realized, you know, that maybe this isn't a forever thing, like, you know. And so they had to find who they was truly meant to be with. And you know, I think Denise is a great option for Jeremiah. You know, she lets him know and keeps him in check, and you know, very supportive, I feel. And I think Jeremiah needs someone like that. So I'm happy for them. And Taylor and Steven, oh, they just mesh so well together. I feel like they just look so cute together. Um so I'm just really happy for everyone, and this is just a great ending. I really love it. I really do. I love this show. Definitely gonna be rewatching this. This was great. Um Again, thanks for everyone who has followed all of these videos, has listened to me talk, you know, forever with my long ass personal reviews. But you know, you just gotta put stuff out there, honey. You just gotta put stuff out there, and that's just all I'm doing. You know, I get a few views, so I feel, you know, that maybe y'all interested. And so that's it. And I just want to put my little opinion out there, you know, whoever may be watching. And we gonna get to this last scene here. And that's it for The Summer I Turned Pretty, season 3, final season. All right, later, y'all. We're gonna see when this movie comes out. When the movie comes out, whether it may be this year or next year, I will be here. I will be ready to watch it. I will be ready to review it. And hopefully by then I get some better tech, so that, you know, my videos can be all nice and edited like the other YouTubers. I can get a little more professional, you know. Anyways, here we gonna end with this last scene. There they go, Belly and Conrad at the beach house. One last time, leaving cousins, honey. Oh. There it is. There it is. All right, y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. You already know.